There we go.
Hey there, this is Nicole Cook with Nicole Marie Cook, and I have a special guest here with me tonight. His name is Kerry Nichols, and he is a friend of mine from a marketing community that I'm with now. And he is going to share with us today his personal story, how he got into network marketing, and why he chose the companies that he's with. So go ahead and give us a little background about you and your story.
All right. Well, hello, Nicole. It's nice to see you again. Uh, I like to just give a little short, story. I don't want to go deep into it, but a lot of people don't. I've never really actually told my story before on camera, especially. But you know, 4 years ago, you looking from the outside looking in, you thought I had the perfect life. I had the wife, I had the kids, I had the big house, I had a nice job. We had a timeshare, we had a camper. It was everybody's. I mean, looking from the outside looking in, everybody thought I had the dream life. Well, about 3.5 years ago, all that came crashing down. I was going through a divorce. Uh, my mom was next to her deathbed, and I was stuck on a boat that I'd been working on for 18 years and had no way of being able to get off of it. And I'd never really ever been approached about network marketing or any kind of business or home based type of business because of my job. I was gone all the time. So I didn't really wasn't even sure what was all out there until I dug into it. And the reason I dug into it is a really funny reason that most people probably would never even imagine. And that was because when I went to file my taxes that January, being married and separated, I got re-taxed on everything I made over $65,000 again. So I started searching for tax breaks. And when I went searching for tax breaks, that's when I came across Ray Higdon. And Ray Higdon, I watched a video of his, introduced me to network marketing. And so I started doing my research a little bit then. Well, lo and behold, once I got into that and found out the tax breaks, well, then I kind of fell in love with the business. But I still worked on the boat. And it's hard to go to home meetings, go to hotel meetings, to go find people to recruit or to get into your business when you're stuck on the float on. I used to call it my floating prison. It was a towboat for 28 days. And so I had to search for another way to do it. And that's when I came across Fernie Sabalas and his story about being an MIT grad and being an introvert and not liking to talk on the phone, not going to hotel meetings. And I fell in love with internet marketing from that point on. I've kind of walked away from network marketing, but I fell in love with internet marketing because I wanted to find a way that I could build something that worked while I was sleeping, while I didn't have to keep up with it. I didn't have to talk to a whole lot of people. It was an automatic sales funnel. So that brings me when I met you about a year ago, and you were in about the same shape I was the year prior to that. And it's just been a great journey so far. And my favorite part about it is my story is that I've recreated it over time. But right now I'm to the point where I want to be able to jump off an airplane anywhere in the United States and have a friend within 15 minutes of me to come pick me up. And that's my dream to happen. So that's kind of the short stick of my story. But is there anything you might want to ask or what you want to
Wow,
know about why I got started?
story, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. You said from the outside looking in, it looked like you had the perfect life, you had a great job, a steady job, you made good money, but there was still something missing, so you had to look for that freedom because you were just stuck in that job, getting killed with taxes. So I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Well,
So
I became stagnant. I became stagnant in my life. I stopped growing me anymore because I was at the top of the chain of my job that I was in at that time. And I never worked on me. And I was selfish. My family, I look back at it now, my family, they begged me to come home more. I missed all my kids' kindergarten, first days of school every year, their plays, most of their sporting events. And doing this now, I've actually got to coach my daughter's softball team this year. I've got to be involved with everything in school with my kids. And I didn't realize up to that point what I'd been missing because I thought I was doing the right thing by providing them a life that, I mean, we went on vacations, we had great times, but I didn't realize how much of the little stuff I'd missed throughout the years.
you're right, because it's those little things that you can't get back after all those years, and those are the things that you miss when you're working full time, working that many hours a week. Did you, how long did you say you were away at a time? For months at a time?
Yeah, I rode a 28 days on a boat and I was off for 14. So I was 28 days straight gone.
So yeah, almost a full month. That's crazy.
And I did that for 18 years.
So now you work there, but you're in the office. You still work at
Yeah.
a company?
Well, that's another thing this business has done for me. I mean, I like to, bring out all the positives, but as I got into this business, what it taught me to do was grow myself. I went to self-development, I went to growing who I was. In that process, it got me a job where not only am I not on the boats no more, now I'm the person that puts people on the boat and tell them what they got to do. So it advanced me in my job as far as where I don't have to go out of the boats no more.
Wow.
Just for that alone, and it didn't lose none of the money. If I didn't done this probably 10 years ago, then I could have been home. I'd probably still be married. A lot of good stuff that you look back on and you regret, but you can't, that's why that rearview mirror is so much smaller than that front windshield, because you can't look back. You just got to go forward.
That's right, and just be grateful that you found it now and you didn't go your whole life doing that same thing and always wondering what you could have done or what you could have done different. So
For
that's
sure.
great that you stumbled across it and found something better that helped you and your family.
For sure. I'm grateful.
Hmm.
And I just love, the people that you meet in this community is, you know, been my best friends. I went to No Excuses 6, I guess. I guess it's been a little over a year ago. And I got two friends that I met from there that I still talk to on a daily basis that are better than any friends I've had that I grew up with, and we're not even in the same businesses or nothing. We just, they're just my best friends. We got the like minds. They send me their sales funnels to look at. I send them my stuff, and we dissect each other's stuff to help each other out, and I love that aspect of it. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I realized I never was missing is the people that you meet. Like I said, I got friends, all across the globe now. I mean, I got a really good friend that lives in Spain. I mean, it's just unbelievable how narrow minded I was for so long being stuck on that floating prison.
Right. And even at a regular job, if you work in office 40 hours a week, you only see that same group of people all the time. It's hard to meet new friends when you're a certain age, when everyone has kids and everything, to go out and meet new people. So that's a great way. Just the community is so important. You get to meet people from all over the country, all over the world. And I'm definitely planning on going to No Excuses next year. So I'll finally get to meet you in person. That'll be fun. Can't wait.
Right.
I wish I could have gone to the one this year. It looked like they had a blast.
Oh, I know. It is a blast. It was one of the best times I ever had was No Excuses 6. It just, the amount of people you meet and just the like-mindedness of people you meet there. I mean, I've got many friends from there that I still talk to on a regular basis, but, you know, my plan is to be on stage next year at No Excuses 8, and I'm working at it.
I'll be seeing you then, walking the stage and speaking up there. I look forward to it.
Right. I'm
Definitely
working
never
for it.
do it. But one big thing you said was about mindset and all the things you've learned that you could apply to your life in any circumstance, no matter what. And I've had a huge mindset change here in the last couple of months, and it's helped me in every aspect of my life. So it's not just making extra money or this and that. It's really kind of like a lifestyle change. It helps you in every different area.
For sure. I mean, that's one of my biggest changes. I mean, I've made enough money to supplement what I do, but my biggest advantage that I gained from it is just who I became. I'm more authoritative when I go to make a decision. I'm more, for sure, my confidence to walk up into a room and talk to anybody, and just put my foot down when I need to put my foot down. And, just it never was about money for me. And I guess that was probably one of the advantages that I had that I see a lot of younger people struggle with because, all the capture pages, all the people that bring you in, it's all the big old hype. Here you're going to make $20,000 and I can show you how to make $20,000 in 60 days or whatever they got on there. But that never was what pushed me. What pushed me was just to better myself every single day and to help as many people along the way to see what I saw and to find, that's where we're at in Elite Marketing Pro is why I'm so grateful for that place is because a lot of places don't provide that. They don't let you grow. They don't teach you how. They don't give you the stuff to make you go from very beginner all the way up to. I mean, if you talk to anybody successful online right now, they've been through Tim Irway. I mean, they have. I mean, I work with right now. I've been working with a guy named Mark Hoverson that launched his first product. Tim helped him launch. And now he makes $20 million a year. It's just, and he's so behind the scenes. You don't ever see Tim. Mike Dillard, one of the first big online people that came out on the scene. Tim Irway is the one that set him down and told him how to make magnetic sponsoring go viral and make it into an ebook. And that way he didn't have to make copies of the book to send to everybody. And now, you know, he's made 2 or 3 $50 million businesses, you know, and they're so humble, and their hearts, you know, their hearts are always in what they do. They take you and they guide you. They start you at the beginning, build you to the one step. They bring you to the next step when you're ready. Then you go to the next step all the way up. You know, I mean, it's like Kate Michelle, you know, she's on that final step. And, you know, Michelle and Bill, they were my first mentors. You know, about 2 years ago, I really linked up with them. And because I was really interested in learning Facebook. And I mean, Michelle, I mean, she taught Eric Worre, I mean, his group, how to start on Facebook. I mean, you can't find somebody much better than that. And I've enjoyed it all. You know, I've met so many good people from the bottom to the top. And I learned from everybody. I mean, I learned from me and you helping you out at the beginning, because a lot of people don't realize helping somebody is teaching you something too. Because not only you're learning to teach it to somebody else, but you find stuff going through there to help somebody else that you might not see that they're seeing, that'll help you figure out something to make it a little bit easier for you teaching somebody else, or something you might have missed when you went to do yours originally. Right. And I think a lot of people pass that up.
Yeah, and you were talking about the coaching and the mentoring that you get. I think that's something you don't get in a lot of these other systems or programs. You have a one-on-one business coach that you do calls with to get you started so you don't get off track. Because it's hard to focus on just one thing, so they try to narrow it down and get you to focus on what you need to be focusing on in that moment. And then we have the awesome Facebook group and Google Plus group where you can just post your questions, and there's tons of people there to support you and help you through every little thing. So you really can't get stuck, because there's always somebody there to help you out. It really
as long as you're willing to ask the questions, you won't. You got to ask the questions.
And that's what you're talking about, the mindset. That's all. The reason why some people succeed and others fail is all about the mindset. So it all comes back to that. If you're willing to do the work and you have your mind right and you're willing to ask questions and get help from other people, you really can't fail in this business.
I agree. In my first year, that's where my biggest struggle was, because as hard-headed as I was, I didn't want to ask for help. I thought I could learn it by just going through the courses. And I got stuck in learning mode by doing that, because instead of asking somebody questions, I went and tried to learn it all myself. So I got stuck without doing any action to just always trying to learn it. And then by the time I got done learning it, I was tired. I didn't want to put nothing out. And I just kept myself stuck that way. Always the shiny object syndrome, you know, always thinking, because I mean, all these marketers out there are great. They're all taught to teach you, to sell you something. And you'll get sucked in if you're not careful. That's why, and that was the biggest mindset shift I got by working with Bill and Michelle. And, you know, Fernie and Tim were down there, and they just told me, I don't care if you stay here, Elite Marketing Pro. I don't care if you go over here. I don't care if you go over there. Pick one, do it. Don't look at nothing else until you have success there. Just quit buying courses and quit joining other places, and you'll succeed. You know, you got enough knowledge to teach people what you know, and to go out and make money. Just find something that you are passionate about and go do it. And that brings on to why I'm at where I'm at. You know, that's why I stayed at Elite Marketing Pro, because that's the first people that didn't care if I stayed or not. If I stayed, they're going to help me. But if I'm not, they're going to cheer me on, you know. And so anybody starting out and wants to make money needs to go there. I don't care if you're in network marketing or if you're in internet marketing. I don't care if you own a car wash down the street. They will teach you how to be successful in whatever you choose to do, whatever business you own, if you follow their steps. And that's another step a lot of people pass up is, you know, No Excuses 6. So Burt Bledsoe was on stage, and he gave me probably the most powerful statement on the experts panel. He said, people always ask me how I got to 6 figures in a year. He said, I follow the directions. He goes, they told me to do it. I did it. I didn't ask questions. I didn't ask if it was going to work. I didn't check my email every 5 minutes. I didn't do anything else. They told me to make a video and tell them about this situation. I made a video talking about that situation. They told me to write a post about this. I wrote a post about it. I didn't care. If they asked me to do it, I'd done it. And that's why I'm at where I'm at. And that right there hit me, like, because that was the complete opposite of what I was doing. Instead of following the directions, the simple directions, the very easy step-by-step directions, I always complicated them because they weren't powerful enough for me. Or I didn't think I could make them better, or challenge them, or try to skip a step here because I thought I was better than I was and go to this step instead. And it's kept me stuck for a lot longer than I should have been. And a lot of people don't understand that.
I know a lot of people get stuck. I was stuck in that learning phase for so long where I didn't think I was good enough to get out there and do videos or do blog posts. So I just kept learning and I didn't share that with other people. So if I would have started doing that from the beginning, I'd have been so much further ahead than I am now. But if you would have asked me a couple years ago if I'd be doing videos or anything, there's no way that I thought I could do that. You know, it's given me the confidence to get to record videos, and not only that, to do live events like this. I mean, I never would have done that a couple years ago. So it's just amazing what the system and what the program and the people can do for you.
Oh, for sure. And the more you do them, the better you get. And that was another one that no excuses, Kate. You think she's so perfect on videos. Well, she showed me her very first video at No Excuses 6 that she ever made. And she took that same video, she said, and she redid it 30 days in a row and changed it every day. But you think after 30 days it wasn't a lot better than it was day one? I'm sure it was tremendously better. But it's just practice and getting comfortable with it. When I first started shooting videos for like my sales pages and stuff like that and my click trail videos and stuff, I'm horrible. I thought I looked like an idiot. I thought everybody sounded my voice, but then I got, a few people told me, you rock, and then I went to an event with Bill and Michelle and I won a video challenge, of explaining why I was going to their live event. I'm like, why'd y'all pick me? That was the best video out there. It was the most information involved in any video we got, and it came from the heart. And that's what people want to see. And when I learned that set another thing off for me. Just be myself. I always wanted to be somebody that I wasn't, like Ray Higdon or Todd Falcones or all these people you see on mainstream that are selling to you right now, but they were you one time before. Eventually somebody's going to look at you and want to be you if you keep practicing. And that was a big mindset shift for me too.
Right, because different people are attracted to different personalities or different stories or just what you have to offer them. So it doesn't matter what big name you have, it just depends on the value that they're giving them and how you can help them in their business. So it really comes back to that. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here in a little bit. Did you have anything that you wanted to close with or anything else you wanted to share with us tonight?
No, I'm just super glad to be on here with you, and I'm super glad to have your growth. I mean, in the last year, I've just watched you, and a year ago you were in a different state of mind, and your growth in this last year has just been tremendous. And I love the videos. You're putting it out there. You're out there helping people, and I can't congratulate you enough, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I thank you for helping me in the beginning when I was lost and confused and didn't know. I'm not techie at all, so I ran to him to try to figure stuff out. So thank you for helping me in the beginning and being a good example, because you were a role model for me, so I can help others now. So it really makes a difference. But I'm going to wrap it up here, and I just really thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Bye.